Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol RTTR. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think that's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Obviously a rough day here for the chart. They got hammered pretty good, but for those of you that have been trading for a while, you know that it's not totally shocking when a stock gets hammered, then all of a sudden to see some sort of, bounce. Now, I'm not saying reversal where this thing's going to be up at 60 cents next week, but at least some sort of bounce. And again, like I said, if you've traded for a while, then you know that stuff tends to happen. Now, don't get me wrong, though, and I wish the market was this easy, but it's not. Just because there's a gap down, and then just because the price started to go sideways today, doesn't mean that this is, guaranteed for a bounce on Monday. Now, would it be shocking to see a bounce? No, that wouldn't be shocking, but, nobody, myself included, can sit here and make a guarantee that this thing is for sure going to bounce. But let's map out a couple areas of support and then resistance. And really the key thing from a support standpoint, that caught my eye is that, during that first 30 minutes right here, the bears were able to press the price down that low. And then you fast forward through the rest of the day, and the lowest that they could make it was right there at that point. So if you look at each of these stair steps, now you do have some stair steps heading in the upwards direction. Maybe that's just a minor thing, and yeah, that would actually be a fair point. But, anything has to start somewhere, right? A bounce or reversal's got to first start off as a bounce, and a bounce has to first just start off with, trying to stabilize the price. And that's what this sideways price action represents, is a potential stabilization of the price. Now, if the price is indeed stabilized, of course, the first thing it's going to do to prove that it's stabilized is stay stabilized, right? If the price breaks down and then before you know it, on Monday is down below 30 cents, well, then, of course, this wasn't any sort of true stabilization. But the second part it's going to do is it's going to start to need to show some strength. And I realize show some strength, that's just some broad statement. But that's what I love about charts is it allows you to take broad statements and quantify them, assign numbers to them. And the first step in, showing some strength is getting up above this 36-cent mark, which if you can see looking here, at the history of the chart, many times, and I'm sure if you watch level 2s today, then you're very well aware that multiple times price tried to get up above 36 cents, but just couldn't quite do it. So that is definitely going to be the key hurdle, that if there is any sort of chance of a bounce happening, that hurdle is going to be the first one that needs to be cleared. I realize this line is really far away, but it is a moving average, keyword being moving, so it'll move downwards, and that is the purple line right there, the 50-period simple moving average. So if the price can break through 36 cents, this line will continue to slope downwards and get more and more relevant. So that would be that next key level of resistance. But one step at a time, first got to make sure the price is stabilized, and then also got to start to show some signs of strength via, breaking levels. And that first level is right there at 36 cents. So very interesting setup going into tomorrow. We'll see what happens with it. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.